Biography of Frances Perkins. Frances Perkins, 1880 to 1965, was an American sociologist and politician. Born in Boston, Massachusetts, she graduated from Mount Holyoke College, 1902, and earned a master's from Columbia University, 1910. As Secretary of Labor, 1933 to 1945, she shaped New Deal policies advocating workers' rights, Social Security, and labor reforms. Her work laid foundations for modern American labor laws. Frances Perkins, the woman who changed the world for burning girls. She stood watching as 146 women were burned to ashes because factory owners had locked the doors. 12 years later, she became the most powerful woman in America. As a child, Frances Perkins wondered why good and hardworking people were poor. Her father said, "The poor are poor because they are weak or lazy." But Frances' heart said it couldn't be true. In college, she studied physics, a safe and respectable subject for women. But one day, her life changed forever. Her professor took students on a field trip to factories along the Connecticut River. Frances saw exhausted girls, younger than her, bent over machines in dark, cramped rooms.
No ventilation, no windows, no doors.
12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Machines had taken their fingers, cotton dust had burned their lungs. She realized knowledge is worthless if it doesn't help humans live with dignity. She abandoned the safe path, wealthy husband, piano lessons, comfortable life. Instead, she pursued a master's in economics and sociology from Columbia University. Her thesis was on poverty and hunger, the slum children of Hell's Kitchen. Her family was shocked. Good girls don't study poverty. But Frances said, "I won't do what good girls do. I'll do what's right." In 1910, she became executive secretary of the New York Consumers League. Factory visits, photos, reports, she exposed the truth. These people aren't dying, they're being killed. She stood before lawmakers, dressed simply but with dignity, telling men, "Your factories are burning women alive." They hated her, but she didn't stop. Then came March 25, 1911. She was having tea in Washington Square when fire alarms rang. She ran to the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. The 10-story building was ablowing with fire. Doors were locked. Girls were jumping from windows because there was no other way to die. Their bodies fell like thunder. 146 women burned. Most were immigrant girls, some only 14. They made shirtwaists for wealthy women, blouses symbolizing freedom and modernity. Frances saw the burning girls and said, "Their deaths won't be in vain." Within weeks, she was on the Fire Investigation Committee. She didn't write a report. She changed the law. New factory rules. All doors open and marked, safety ladders, sprinklers, 54-hour workweek maximum, 1 mandatory day off. Factory owners protested. This is government overreach. Frances showed them photos of burning girls. If profit is worth more than humans, we're no longer human. The law passed. New York led, America followed. In 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt made her the first woman in a presidential cabinet. She demanded 40-hour week, minimum wage, and child labor unemployment insurance, old age pensions. Roosevelt hesitated. "This is impossible," Frances said. "Then find someone else." For 12 years, she served as Secretary of Labor, the longest tenure. Her legacy: Social Security Act, 1935, Fair Labor Standards Act, 1938. She never considered herself successful. She said, "I can't sleep until no woman dies from hunger." In 1945, she left office and taught at Cornell University. She died in 1965, aged 85. Few remember her name today. But if you get weekends off, get overtime pay, have emergency exits, or if seniors live on pensions, remember Frances Perkins. In 1911, she saw burning women and spent the next 50 years building justice for a burning world. She proved poverty isn't weakness, it's a policy. And policies can change. Biography of Frances Perkins. Frances Perkins, 1880 to 1965, was an American sociologist and politician. Born in Boston, Massachusetts, she graduated from Mount Holyoke College, 1902, and earned a master's from Columbia University, 1910. As Secretary of Labor, 1933 to 1945, she shaped New Deal policies, advocating workers' rights, Social Security, and labor reforms. Her work laid foundations for MO.